Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday, December the 5th, and this is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and we are ready to work on Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. Welcome to my desk. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with some tatting, just real brief. I'm going to work in my holiday art journals and my December daily. And I have another little Christmas project I want to share with you. So, good morning and welcome in. Let me zoom in just a little on this phone. Real touchy, and let me get over to my notepad and set it up so that I can welcome folks in. I've been busy. Have you been busy? Getting ready for the holidays? Busy getting ready for the holidays? All I could get a thumbnail of this morning was my scissors. Oh, it'll do. Let me skip the ad. And there's Jacqueline. Good morning, Miss Jacqueline. Good morning. So Penelope is here. She says, when am I going to get my new outfit, Meri? Yeah, when I get to it. And we've got an ink pen, a scissors, a needle threader, and this is last year's art journal and December daily, and I'm going to go through and put in journal spots. I don't know how much time I'll have to do that this morning. I'm going to get them off of Christmas cards. I'm working along with Miss Dee Dee, and she did a recipe page yesterday, and I didn't see, after her giveaway, I didn't see if she went on and did December 4th or not. I think I covered up my recipe page, which is the next page on here. I think I painted over it. This is December 1 and December 2. I'm going to do some things over here on December 2. December 3 is a recipe page, and I think I covered it up. But that's okay, because I can still do what I want to do with the recipe page. We will come back to that. What I wanted to show you here with my tatting, well, first of all, let me show you this, if I can get to it here. Last year, I started, or the year before, I don't remember when, I started making some little teeny ornaments for a tiny tree. Of course, these are just little dollar store Christmas trees. But, see, I've made these little tiny cones. Maybe I should zoom in just a little bit more here now. Hold on. I have to be careful that I don't snap this phone off of the clip. There we go. And I made these little tiny cones to go on the tree. And I'm going to put them on the tree that I'm doing this year. And then I made some little books to hang. This is A Little House Christmas. Here I made several little books. Well, maybe 6 of them. And this is a tatted wreath. The one that I think I used Mod Podge to stiffen it. But that's a tatted wreath. I'm going to put a red bow or something on it. But what I'm doing this year, and I started doing it last year, but I think I got distracted. I'm making these icicles, and they are tatted the Josephine stitch, which is a real simple twisty stitch. And they're going to hang on the tree. And I counted my bottom layer of branches. If I put one on each branch, on the bottom layer, I need 21. And I have 6 tatted. So I'm going to be tatting. They're not hard to tat. So this is kind of my box of little ornaments. And these little trees, I think I'm going to put them on wooden rulers, kind of Tim Holtz style. But we'll see if I get to that or not. That's kind of a, I think I'll do it project. So to make that stitch, and I've already had my thread, my needle threaded, my tatting needle. To make that stitch is real simple. You get your needle. Now you can do this with a doll needle or a longer needle, a long sewing needle. Just be careful with those needles because the points are very sharp. The tatting needle does not have a super sharp point. And the other thing about the tatting needle is down here at the eye, it's slender. It doesn't bulge out like the sewing needles do. And it's long. It's what, 4 inches long? Let me measure here. It is 5 inches long. 5 inches. 5 inches long. A regular tatting needle. This is a Handy Hands. I believe this is a number 10. And the size 10 thread. Could be a number 5. And I think the 5 has a, I'll have to check my size again. I think this is a size 5 needle and a size 10 thread. I think. I know, I just like it. So you thread your needle, and I'm working what they say off of the ball. This great big ball of tatting thread I got from Lindy at Lindy K Designs. It's huge. And it's I don't know what kind of thread it is. I don't think I got the label with it. Well, the label might be in here. I feel the label in there. I want to see what, I think it might be either, well, let me just get a hold of the label. It's wrapped up in there. Come on. And I'm tearing it. Here it comes. I've never had tatting thread or crochet thread this thick before. This is Aunt Lydia's Classic 10. There's no pattern or anything on it. It's just the label. So it's size 10 thread, which is, if you are a beginner tatter, that's kind of the size that you want to use. And I'm a novice. I'm learning. I'm not a novice. I don't call myself intermediate yet. I'm novice. I'm a little bit above a beginner in that I know some of the terms, I can do some of the tatting, but there's still a lot to learn for me. But anyway, you thread your needle, and this is a very, very simple stitch. In fact, I would tell beginners to start out doing something like this, because all it uses is, there's one stitch in tatting that is used over and over and over, and that's the double stitch, and it has two legs to it, but we're only going to use one leg. And you just do that one leg over and over and over. You have your needle threaded, the eye of the needle is over here. Now, you can use a big loop in here. I don't, because I don't need that much thread when I cut the icicle off. I'm calling these icicles. You hold your thread underneath of your needle, and then you wrap it around your index finger on your other hand, your non-dominant hand, or the hand that you don't have your needle in, and then you just go under it and pull it tight, and you just keep doing that. And I do 100 of those. So that's 1, 2, 3, and my left hand is kind of shaky. 4, 5, 6, and kind of pull them tight as you work. 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got 1/10 done, and as you work, you'll notice that your threads will start to twist around, and that's what you want. It looks like an icicle to me. Now you can do a lot of things with the Jacqueline stitch. I'm just doing the very basic. So there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We're going to count to 100 this morning. 23, 24, 25. So I've got 25 of them done. Now I kind of like it's starting to twist. I kind of like to keep it until I get going here, all in one direction, but it twists naturally. So there's a fourth of my icicle. So let's do the second fourth. So that's 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now, when I'm working in hand, when I don't have my hand balanced on a table or anything, I find it easier to push this closer up to the tip of the needle. Not real close, but closer, because it's easier for me to, what was that, 30? We're going to have that 31, 32, 33. I think I got off count there, but it doesn't matter. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. And sometimes I like to balance my hand on something because it tends to shake up in the air. And your thread going to your ball will kind of twist. You could hold your needle up, but then that kind of messes with the stitches there. So I think I've got 40 on here now. I'm going to start twisting it. You want to twist it in one direction, and I'm going to twist it toward me. Let me hold it up and show it to you. See how it twists? And I think I got 40. I might have 50 on there, but I'm going to count it as 40 because I think that's where I ended. Let's see if I can do this. It might unthread some. See how it's untwisting there? It's getting rid of the twist in the ball thread. And I think I'm still okay here. I might have untwisted a few of those, but they're kind of wrapped around. And see how it's twisty over here? You can deal with that. When you pull your thread through, you might even want to unthread this, but it can kind of straighten all the twists out here. You just kind of pull them out. And pull this out here. There we go. That's pretty good. Now I'm going to count that I have 40 on there. And let's do 60 more. So 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. And this is something you don't need a correct count on. Because it's just a hanging piece. 47, 48, 49, 50. You could do as many as you want to make the length. So I've got half of it done, and we're only going to do one. I'm just showing you how I'm making them. So there's 50, 51, 52. This is so simple. 53, 54, 55, 56, and it gives you a sense of accomplishment. 57, 58, 59, 60. Now, I have used these for other things besides icicles. I have tatted a great big long string of them and used it as trim, because once you pull your needle through and get this stabilized, it won't pull out, and it makes a nice little trim. I put them around photographs and things. That's one thing I've done with them. You can probably shape them in any way you want once you get them done, if you have them long enough. I'm just doing 100 stitches. I think I ended with 60. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. I made some of these last year. They're in my stash someplace. 67, 68, 69, 70. We had a tatting class yesterday, and Katia's doing the prettiest project that it's gonna be our kind of our end of year project, I think she said. I think I'm on 70 here. I'm gonna count it as 70. I forgot. I should write it down when I stop for something like this. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, she said that next week, well, not next week, it'll be the week after next. She teaches every other week now. But on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. But she's going to teach this stitch next week, she said. And I'm interested in seeing what she does with it. All right. I think I counted that as 70. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 6, 77, 78, 79, 80. And it doesn't take long to do this. I'm stopping to talk, but it does not take that long to do it. So there's 80, I believe. And see, it's growing longer. I just kind of push it down my needle. 81, 82, 83. And you could use metallic thread. 84, 85, 86. I got some 87, 88, 89, 90. I've got some thread that has a metallic thread in it. You know, it's a enhanced thread with a metallic thread going through it. And those make pretty icicles. So I just got 10 more to do here. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Now I'm going to twist all these toward me again, especially toward the end. And I'm pretty happy with that. It's a fair length. I don't need it too long because I'm going to put it on that smaller tree. Now to pull it through, I've got to straighten out my twisting down here. Make sure that that's, before I pull the thread through, I'll really have it knotted. And I don't like long tail on the end of my needle here when I pull it through. I just shorten up my tail a little there. And let's see. Yeah, I think I can pull it through. So now what you do is you just start pulling your tatting off of the needle toward the bottom, and you pull this loop through the center of all those stitches. And this, I like to put something on here, like the end of the scissors or something. You can see that down there. That kind of holds that loop open as I'm pulling. And when you're doing regular tatting, you can use your finger, but on this, I need 3 fingers. I need 3 hands. And this just kind of holds this loop. And I am working on getting a pretty knot down at the end, or a pretty, so sometimes I get an ugly knot down there, but if you pull it clear through, see, that's kind of knotted, but it's, when I'm doing icicles, I say, well, that's just the clump of the ice at the end. And then, if you get it through nice and tight, there's my icicle, and you tie a knot. And I usually tie a couple on these because, like I said, I'm making a Christmas decoration. I'm not doing a fancy doily or anything. And tie a knot, and I'm going to tie another one just to secure it. You could secure it with a dab of glue, you know, to make sure it didn't fall off in the next 5 years. But 2 knots should do it. And then unthread your needle. And I'm going to stick my needle back in my ball of thread here. And then I have the length here, and I usually keep the, see, when I said I didn't have a very long loop, I still have almost 12 inches there. And I'm going to clip it off. And let's put the scissors in the, well, I can put the scissors in there or not. Like that. I will put this aside because I'll work on this. I like to work on it while the TV is blaring. And then even out your double threads. Now you can tie these however you want. I usually, because I'm going to put these on the tree, I come maybe about 3 inches up and tie a knot. I try to tie square knots, but sometimes I don't accomplish that. I want it down a little. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to do it this way again. I'm not going to worry about a square knot because it'll hold. I want to get it close to the other knot. Sometimes I don't get them right close together. I make a knotty knot up at the top. There we go. That should do it. And then clip this off. And then we have my little hanging icicle that I can hang up on the tree. And like I said, the bottom on my little tree that I put together the other day, it has 21 branches, and I want 1 icicle on every branch. And this is my 7th one. So I've got 1/3 of the lower branch done. So I'm going to be tatting offline. And let's see, on that, there are 5 levels. There's 21. Let me write this down. The first level has 21. Let me count the second level. Has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 on the second level. The third level has 1, 2, whoops, there goes my pen. I'm always knocking stuff off. It's just a habit. The third level has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The next level has 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think it has 13 or so. I'm going to put 15 again because if I have a couple extra, that's okay. I have to stand up. The next level has, did I count that one? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I believe. And I might have to tap some extra just because, you know, I might miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think the next level has 10. And the next level has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6. I'm going to count it as 6. And then the very top just has 2, but I might put more on 2. Yeah, it only has 2. It's kind of like a branch, and it has the top, the little top tier point. It looks like, the very top looks like this. So I'm going to put 2 there, and I might make a snowflake for the top here. You know, a tatted snowflake at the top. So how many do I need? 7, 17, 18, 19, 25, 27. I'm going to count it as 28 just for a nice round. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 98. So if I make 100 of these icicles, I should have plenty. And then a snowflake for on top. So that's what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing with my tatting. I'm going to put this with my ball of thread. I have 7. 7 out of 100 done. And you know what I like to do is, what I'll do is make me a little chart. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Well, I have enough here. 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. And then as I get one done, I'll put an X. And this will be my little progress chart here for my icicle project chart. There we go. And I got 5 done, and I'm working on 10. What did I do with my cap? Oh dear. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to put this in my little box so I don't lose it. My little box of little ornaments. And I'll put my chart in there too. All righty. Moving on. I think I lost the page 3 to my, the December daily I'm following along with Dee Dee, but I think it was just illustrate a recipe was the tag. on page 4 here, I thought that I don't mind bulky things. I thought I'd cut an ornament out of, and I have to cut a pattern. I thought I'd make an ornament, a round ornament out of this. So I want to do that to finish page 4 was here, and I want to hang a string down this way for my ornament. When I did it, the little hanger should have been up here, but I put it on its side, so the bulb is sitting that way, and I'm going to hang a string down there. But I'll come back to that. I want to work on page 3, which will be this page, and I think I might even grab another piece of Jacqueline's paper. Wait a minute, I'm running over something. Oh, I could use some of this for an ornament too. This was just when I pulled out my papers today. Boy, that would almost make an ornament if I put it this way and maybe cut it down this way. Make a nice big ornament. We might play with that. We might play with that later. But I want to work on page 3 because I'm going to do something else with page 3. Let's see, I'm working to get down to Jackie's. Jackie, not Jackie. She doesn't like to be called Jackie. Jacqueline's paper. Jacqueline's Crafting Lodge. She sells on Friday evenings. Friday afternoon starting at 4 Eastern. I'm going to have to dig out some more of her paper. I think I'll use a brownish paper. A brown gold. That might be Debbie Epps' paper, but no. Let's see what I have here. I've got another sheet. Well, this came out of a book. Let's see what I have. I've got another red, but I like this. I think this came from, it's rectangles. I think this came from Jacqueline. I don't know. I mix up Debbie's and Debbie Epps and Jacqueline's papers, but this is perfect for what I'm going to do. So all I'm going to do is cut it this size. And let's see what I have here. I've got some little rectangles. I've got some little people over here. I don't know if this came from Debbie or I actually kind of like it like this. And that would put my people on the other side for make a list. So I'm going to, oh, it's just a little teeny bit short, but that's okay. We'll put something on there. So I lost my third page. And then this is just white paper. And I looked all through here. This is the first. See, this starts with make a list is 4. And I went all through these pages. I thought, well, maybe it got mixed up in the front matter. But I don't see it here. I think I covered it up. I think I covered up my page 3. And I did contact Amazon. You can see my front matter of my book was a misprint. Several pages in here were misprints. And I contacted Amazon, and they're going to send me another book. But since I don't have to return this one, but since I've already torn it up, I'm going to give away the other book when I get it. I don't get it until the 7th. So whoever gets this can either catch up, or this is the season, so it's got 4 seasons in here. Dee Dee is doing December daily for the first 25 pages, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm following along with Dee Dee. Inky Wow. If you look up Dee Dee Willingham, and I'm just going to tear this. It's just a teeny bit short. Just almost the same size, so it's not going to hurt anything. And I'm going to tear it with my ruler because I like torn pages. Oh, but that isn't the side I want to tear. No, it's right, Mary. I want to, on page 4, I'm going to leave the rectangles, W-R-E-C-K, tangles. Rectangles. I might have to zoom out a little now. And we'll take care of that little, not even a ½ inch. I'll put a border there or something. And I might use this for my tag, because this is going to be the back of the second page. This is December 2, and I'm going to make some fabric bulbs over here. And this would be the back, the first page of December 3. And you'll see what I'm going to do here. Goes like that. And then I'll use this and put a, maybe I've got some scrappy blue or white, and I'll do I think the prompt is illustrate a recipe. And maybe I'll take one of Jacqueline's tags for that, because I've got some Jacqueline tags that are pretty, and put on the base of this. So we're going to save that out. So let's get these 2 pages off my desk and this. Now, the recipe that I'm going to illustrate, I'll show you here, but I need to come out and say good morning to everybody. I got to find my recipe. And I'm going to illustrate a recipe for cinnamon dough Christmas ornament recipe. And I didn't get the whole thing on there, but I got most of it down. And this I got off of the internet, and of course I did an off print too. But it's a recipe for how to make homemade cinnamon ornaments without applesauce. I do not have applesauce. I've got apples, I've got apple pie filling, but I don't have applesauce. I could probably make some, but I'm not going to do that. And it's by Alexa Doe. Alexa Doe, I guess that's who she's going for. I will probably just start with the ingredients on here. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a thin, or even cut it out of paper. But I'm also going to make today, once I get this page done, some cinnamon dough ornaments. If I have time. It's already 6:30. So now let me come out and look at chat and chat with you all a little here. Let me get signed on. Oh, I got to get out to YouTube here. Say good morning to everybody. To my live stream here. And to get out of that bra ad, get rid of all of this if I can. I don't see, half of my screen is video and that goal and that menu, and I can't see you guys. So I can sometimes push this up. Whoops. I suppose if I turned it horizontal, I could see you better. But I don't like that goal thing there. I wish they wouldn't have done that, because I don't set goals for, I don't like to, and I can't get rid of it. It's, well, maybe I could. No, that just turns it off, question mark. I wonder if I can turn that off in my, I can't turn it off on my, I can't turn it off here, but I might be able to turn it off on my pages. But that, I don't know. I don't like it there. For on mobile, it just takes up too much. And sometimes if I get in here, there, see, I pushed it way up to the top so I can read the chat. Oh, wait, what was this? Sylvia! Bless your heart, Sylvia. I was thinking about you this morning. Good morning, and thank you for the super chat. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Let's go down to the bottom of chat. And Lala's here. And did I see Becky in here? Sylvia says, Lala, I'm with you. Thank you, Arlene. Becky says, I'm back and all dressed for the day. Good for you, Becky. Becky got dressed for the day. Yeah. Get up and not run around in those PJs. I put on a clean top this morning. Put on clean. So I guess I'm dressed for the day too, Becky. Probably not as pretty as you are. Sylvia, thank you so much for this super chat. Good morning, Lala. Arlene says, Lala, yes, ma'am. Lala says, I like it in coffee, Sylvia, but I don't like chocolate unless it's dark. They're talking about coffee. Thank you. You want me to post that recipe? I copied off the recipe, but I don't know if I can find the link again. Let me search for that after chat and post that so you guys can see it. All you really need to do, let's see if I can find it here. I'll get out of my chat. I'll do it after I say good morning to everybody because I don't want to lose all of this. I have to work to get there. Thank you for posting that, Arlene. Sylvia says, funny, as much as I love chocolate, I can't drink hot chocolate. Every year I try, but it's a no-go for me. It just depends on whether you're drinking hot chocolate that you made or hot from chocolate and cocoa and that and milk, or you're drinking the powdered version. I have some of the powdered version. I don't drink it very often. I mostly drink my coffee in the morning, have 1 cup of coffee, and I haven't had my coffee yet. I kind of wait until after my stream to have my coffee. I'm talking about hot chocolate. Can you send me the recipe, Arlene, and Facebook? Are you talking about this recipe? Let's see. I'm losing my taste for sugar. Lala says, hi, Nancy. Good morning, Nancy Widner. It's good to see you. Happy holidays. Now that sounds yummy. Lala, I make my hot chocolate from scratch. No sugar in it, but it's rich and yummy. See, and if you make your hot chocolate to your taste, it tastes better. Lala says, rarely do I sweet anymore anyway. Yeah, you got to watch your sugar intake. I don't eat a lot of sugar. I do eat sugar. I don't eat a whole lot of it, though. I probably eat more salt than sugar, and that's what I need to cut down on is my salt. Arlene says she was stuck on sewing. Janet, Trader Joe's, too. Did Jen come in here? Hi, Kitty Jen. Welcome in. All Walmart did not have it in stock, but you should check there. I don't know about the rest of them. Just look, there were Swiss Miss hot chocolates. Yeah, the Swiss Miss hot chocolates aren't bad. I think the powdered chocolate that I got, and I still have a little left, I got it last year sometime, it was in a round container, and I think it was Nestle. I'm not real sure. Sylvie says, I've been enjoying my Burzine. Oh, Burzines. I'm going to be working on the Burzines in January and February, you guys. I just know it. It's going to be a different burr. It's going to be a Burzine. You found Christmas postage stamps and you've been adding to the zine. Oh, that's cool, Sylvia. bless your heart. I have really kind of, I kind of, because I've been so busy with other things, I kind of need to do some stuff in my membership area. There's Sylvia. Thank you so much for the super chat. Bless your heart. Bless your art cart, Sylvia. 100 count plus a star. Well, much luck, Meri, with the tatting. Those Jacqueline stitches go fast though, because you're only just wrapping that thread around your needle and going. You wrap it around your finger and you put the needle through, and I do 100 stitches times 100. So what's 100 times 100? How many stitches is that? 10,000 or 100,000 stitches? But they're only half stitches, so count it half of whatever you arrive at. I'd have to do my arithmetic. My head isn't there. What stores do you have? That's a bummer. Jen, Google says they are not in Florida, so I guess I can't shop there. Becky said she's going to do what she has to and get up and get dressed. Oh, bless her heart. Lala says she's sending warm thoughts and energy to Becky. They've been around a long time, but they're not exactly near you. Trader Joe's. We don't have a Trader Joe's either. But I see Swiss Miss at Walmart. Becky says, I need to get dressed today as I have much to get done, but it's cold and I don't want to take off my comfy robe. I never heard of Statter Brothers. Neither have I. Arlene says, those sewing shop that I've used for 35 years closed this past summer. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Lala says, shop Walmart. I have the Plus plan and they deliver free. I found mine at State Brothers, Jen says. Katia's channel. Arlene dropped a link to Katia's channel. And I told Katia in chat yesterday because she answered a question for me that's been bothering me about how to tie that knot at the end. It depends on how you're turning your piece. But I didn't realize that, and she showed two really good tips. What I like about Katia in her tatting, when she'll answer your questions, but she is really good at demonstrating whatever she's talking about. She's very good at it. And I told her yesterday that I'm going to, because she numbers her videos, if you look in her videos or her live stream or her playlist, she numbers them. And I said I was going to go back to number 1 and watch clear through. And I need to get my needle tatting. I do her projects as I can, but I need to start way back at the beginning and do my tatting journal, my needle tatting journal. Shuttle tatting, the other instructor in the online tatting class, she spent some time with me last year in a private class because I was having trouble with my shaky left hand and I wasn't getting the half stitch, the last half stitch of the double stitch. And if you don't get the double stitch in tatting, you don't get tatting. And I couldn't get it. And she worked with me with an alternate way. And she put up some of the videos that we spent private class time up on the online tatting class and their private classes. So she will spend time with you if you're having trouble. She'll spend some time with you to help you resolve your problem. But I've been so cotton picking busy, I haven't had time to do much with my shuttle tatting. I do have it out here, and I have one here that looks like I shuttle tatted one, but I don't know how I got it done. It is a tatted ring. It is a tatted ring on my shuttle, but I don't know how I did it. I don't even remember doing it. And this is the big shuttle. And when you're a beginner, well, It depends. I've got pretty large hands, so this is good for me to learn with. With the smaller shuttles, I have a hard time seeing what I'm doing when I'm trying to learn. Thank you for dropping. I have good things to say about the online tatting class and Katia, who is with the online tatting class, but she teaches on her own channel, puts her classes out on her own channel. I never got it, Jen. We were talking about hot chocolate. Pumpkin spice hot chocolate? Oh my goodness. Never heard of that. The website for the online tatting class, Arlene dropped the link to that. Sylvia's here, bless her heart. And Jacqueline popped in this morning. Here's where Sylvia pops in. She says, morning, I'm getting my money maker out the door. I love how she calls her hubby her money maker. It's raining and the dogs don't want to go out. I don't blame those dogs. It's raining outside. I think we're going to have a decent day. We've had some really cold weather. We had snow. Right after Thanksgiving, we had snow, and it stuck around for a few days. It kind of has, it hasn't melted completely, but I'm seeing some bare spots out there. I don't know if we're going to get Christmas snow or not. Coloring View popped in. Jacqueline says she's busy. She's going to get their live tree tonight. Oh, Christmas is coming, Jacqueline says. Jacqueline sells on Friday evenings at, I forgot to tell her to leave a link. Arlene, if you're still here, would you post a link to Jacqueline's channel so that I can pin her? She probably doesn't have her sale up yet for, well, she might. Tomorrow's Friday, but I like to post a link for Jacqueline's sales. Becky says, I have to drop that special angel into the post office and then shop my stash for materials for Christmas gifts when I get back. Becky's got a busy day ahead of her. Hi, Carol. Carol is my quiet corner. Is it worldwide recall? What's going on? Becky says, everyone, if you have shredded cheese, please check it for recalls, as a lot of brands were affected by recall, as the cheese could have metal shavings in it. Oh my goodness. I do not buy shredded cheese. I like to shred my own. And most of the time I don't even shred it unless I'm making a pizza or something. Most of the time I cut it in thin slices. Like I had French onion soup yesterday. And, well, I had it the day before. I cooked a really big onion, but I only used half of it in each bowl. I made a bowl of a French onion soup the day before, and then I froze the other half of the onions, and then I had the rest of it yesterday. But what I do is I slice it, and it's about that wide, and then I stack it up and cut it down the center, and then I chunk it up, and then I drop it into my onions and my toast. And then I layer it with some slices and put salt and pepper on it. That's how I make my onion soup. It's good. It fills me up, but I can't eat a whole onion at one time. So check your shredded cheese, Becky says, for metal shavings. They're doing several brands are doing a recall. Oh my goodness. Lala's, I think Buddy, is Buddy her little dog or her husband? I forget. He's getting sick again. She says she's going to take a shower. And then she's off to the laundry. All right, Lala. Thank you, Carol. Carol dropped a link to, would you mind, well, let's see, maybe I can pin it. No. I have trouble pinning it when you don't put any text with it, because it either goes to you or to the link. Would you drop that again and put text on there that says Jacqueline Lovely's Crafting Lodge or something like that on it? Because I have trouble pinning. Oh, here, I got it. Don't do it. I got it. I pinned it. Thank you so much, Carol. I appreciate that. And see what happens when look at almost 2/3 of my screen. Now it's half of my screen. I lose all my chat area. There. I got you back. Oh, we'll pin the one that she. Thank you. Let me replace this. There we go. Jacqueline. She sells at 4 o'clock tomorrow. So I think I'm caught up with chat here. Oh, you know why I'm here? Because I'm done chatting. Let's go out and look for that recipe. I think I'm just going to look for... I think this might be enough to find it. Let's copy that. And let's go to... And I really just... I just picked a recipe here that... do a search. That's Nana's. Actually, I think I searched for it in I might be able to find it here on my Firefox in history. No. This is all studio. I was having trouble with the AI yesterday. Let's go to search. There are a whole bunch of them out there. Let's do Alexa dough, because that's Alexa. This one might be it. It's a kid's activity. I'm getting down to the recipe. November 12th by Alexa Doe. This is it right here. So let me grab this link and come out here to my post tab on YouTube. And go to my channel and go to my post tab and it's just all that stuff there. Let's see, try showing. Okay, this is, now I've never made this recipe before. We'll test it, but I'm going to do my page first. This is December 3rd. This is the cinnamon dough ornament without applesauce. Applesauce. recipe I am going to try. And I'll put the link, paste the link. And I think that's all I need. Let me post it. And let's see. It's a kids' activity. And there it is. So we'll try that. You get some ads in there. You kind of have to. I just did a link to her page. And I need to set up my community tab. All right. So let's go ahead and do my. I need to zoom out a little so you guys can see. Let's go ahead and do my recipe page. And I printed it off pretty large because I need large font. And I don't know. I might put her information. I might take her information off and because I need space. We're going to rearrange my page here. I'd like to put it on a recipe card, but I don't have that much time. Put that there, and take her information and put it in here. And then I'll make a tag for my, let's get out, do I have Jacqueline's? Let's get out Jacqueline's papers here. Maybe I have page 3 in here. I don't see it though. I was thinking one of these tags, where her tags are. Here. I think the darker, no, maybe I'll make a tag this size because, well, I'll come back to the tag. I think I want it on colored. Not that one. I think I want it on a pretty color, but I might have a scrap. Keep that out for a pattern. Let's see what I have in my scraps here. These are my pages. Those aren't scraps. I'm going to put them in my book. Now I have this, and I could use white. Just fits. I'm getting lucky this morning. I need a little bit darker. I'll come back to the tag. This is, I want a darker brown, a darker color for this, maybe even a black. And then I'll put white. And I might do cinnamon dough for ornament recipe. Well, I was going to put that in there. No. I need a brown anyway. Let me get up here to my papers. I'm going to use that for the ornament page. Hold on, I've got a stack of, and of course what you want is down at the bottom. It's at the bottom. I've got Debbie F's and my wax seals that I've been playing with. No. Halloween stuff. My brown is way down at the bottom. Hold on. I need to sort all of this out. Here's some black that I've been playing with my tatting on. There's some black. And I've got brown in here. I want to do some ornaments like gingerbread boy and birds. The birds that they make the... All right, let me put this paper back. It's all on my chair. I can't sit down. I can't sit down. Ah! Spilled my papers. Hold on. All my Christmas papers. My wax seals. You don't want to see this. You don't want to see what I'm seeing. Maybe you do, but you don't. I had a sack of things I was using in that other album, and it spilled. I need to sort all this top shelf out. I just use, and then I stack it up, and then I hunt through it. Oh, hold on. Okay. I'm back. We got black. I got some light tan. I thought I had brown in here. I guess it's black. I might have to paint it. Thought I had brown. Well, fiddlesticks. I'm not going to worry about it. I just want to get moving here. I want to, on here, I want to make a little extra tag here to frame this off. We can't make a black cinnamon dough ornament, but we might be able to do something like this. It's a little light. We're going to work with this right now. Get my tag made. And then I'm going to take a sheet here. And put it right in there. So the prompt is to illustrate a recipe. So this is going to go on here. Now I might have to move this down a little. Let's cut this bottom off. So this is my recipe. Let's bring it down. And I could put my tag right in here and move this up a little on this page. My tag like that, and we'll do something up there. I was going to put this on it, but I was going to use this as the background. I could use this for my cinnamon dough and make another page. Let's see, let's get this stuff off my desk. All those scrappy scraps. This might be a little too long, but that's okay if it goes over a little. So that's what my tag, those are the elements of my tag. Let's get this off of my desk. These little scrappies bother me. I'm going to use this to illustrate the ornaments, so I need a page, and I think I'll use this for my page. No, I want something darker. This one. Jacqueline! Let's go to Jacqueline's papers. Which is buried. I got. This isn't Jacqueline's, but it works. But that's a book page. I don't want to use that. Could use hold on. I don't want to use black, but I might have to. It would certainly show up on black. This is on text. I don't know. I might do it on black. think I have the right. I don't think I have any more. I have her fabric. I could do a fabric page. I have this fabric that she sent. No, this isn't hers. That's came from Rebecca, I think. I'm looking for more paper. Ah! Oh, dearie me. All right, hold on. I saw a black page in here. No. Here's a tag I can, this is a Halloween tag though. That came from Erin. All right, let's just sort out my desk again. There's some white fabric. Some Jacqueline papers. Some papers. Here. Here, Jacqueline's a paper. I think this is an ominous. Is that ominous? Let's pull this out. I think that's what I'm after. Sorry, you guys. This is the way I go. And I usually lose things along the way. Yep. All right. Oops. Something fell. Let me pick it up before I run over it. Piece of bread. All right. I'm thinking this is more Jacqueline paper, but I'm thinking this darker sheet here. This is an ominous. And it kind of goes with the blue and the, well, no, well, maybe, let's just pull everything out. Maybe back to the red again. I don't like this on this. It's too, I want something bright and cheery. All right. I'm not going to use the black. Not bright and cheery enough for me. We'll use it for accenting. All right. Whew. All right. Let's work on this page. It takes me a while to do this. So let's just glue these together. Put this aside for a moment. And I'm just going to use a glue stick and get some wax paper out. All right, I'm going to start here. She actually gonna do it now? I don't have these pages planned out when I start. You see me in the planning stages, which in a way is good because you get to see how I think. I don't know if I want to show that to you or not. Do you really want to know how Meri thinks? All right. And see, I used the black because it sets that red out. And then I'm going to do cinnamon ornaments without applesauce as the recipe. It should be illustrate a recipe, but I don't, I think I covered it up. The page that had my tag on it. We're going to kind of put it at a slant. Like that. cinnamon ornaments. Without applesauce. And then we're gonna, I didn't need that one. We're gonna put this in here. Maybe move it down enough. And I'm gonna leave her, and then I might put a little gingerbread boy or a little bird. I could put, I have some Tim Holtz flowers here, someplace. I could put a Tim Holtz. I've got some smaller ones. A flower. And well, I thought I had smaller ones. Maybe change those around. One up there, that one there. And my tag in there. I think I'll cut this down just a little bit more. I get frustrated with myself sometimes. I know how I knock things around. Put that in there. But I need enough room. Okay. All right. So let's start with the large piece here. And I'm going to flip this wax paper over because it's kind of sticky. And we're going to do this. And I might have to come back and re-glue this. Looks like I tore it. Help, 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 help. It's stuck to my fingers. All right. Now we want it pretty close to the bottom. It sticks all over me and it won't stick on the page. There we go. And then we want this one in here and this one here. I want this one in here. And I might take a pen and see, it sticks to my fingers, but I have trouble getting it to stick to the page. Stubborn stuff. Wiped off on my fingers. There we go. And I'm going to try gluing this. We'll see if it sticks. It's a little heavy for glue, but we'll see. And then the flowers, this one in here, and this one over here. And I have a feeling this glue stick is not going to hold some of these. But we're going to put them on there, and if I have to re-glue them all, I will. That one there. And I'll re-glue them with my fine art glitter glue. I need to refill that today. Put this one in here. I'm going to tip it a little. There. Now, let me wash my hands a little. Nice sticky stuff on me. Paper towel to wipe my hands off. Got a half of one here. It's sticky off of them. Alrighty. Now I want to take this black pen and I just put the cap on it. And I don't know if I want to use my ruler or just do the... Since this is uneven anyway, I'm just going to kind of follow it. Kind of highlights it and brings it out a little. I don't know if I want to do, maybe we'll just do it like this. Kind of looks like a recipe card, doesn't it? I like that. Maybe I'll make that line. Well, it doesn't really meet, so we'll leave it alone. I like it. I never fail. I take the cap off the other end. Alrighty. So now on the other side, what we're going to have is this, and I'm going to make some gingerbread ornaments out of this, and I might have to outline them in black. So let's tear this. Jacqueline, I love this paper. I'm so glad I got it from you. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Wow. It's hard to decide what side I want. I think I'll do it like this. Well, no, I'm going to have to do it like this. All right. Let's just fold this over. This is the ornament. I've got to hang a string on that. And I'll have a red strip here. Got that in my little pencil box. Alrighty. Okay. All right. I'm liking it. And you guys, I need to zoom in a little. You aren't seeing. My camera gets crooked. Is that a little better? So now what I want to do is take a sheet of paper and design some ornaments. Now, we're going to do the gingerbread man. Let me get some paper. Now, let's just Google gingerbread ornaments, and I'll also come out and look at chat. Oh God, gingerbread ornaments. And I like to look at the images. And we have stars and a gingerbread boy. You pay $3 for him. He's made out of clay. We have houses, gingerbread houses, gingerbread boys, gingerbread girls. Aww, we got to do something like that, a little girl and boy together. Tree, a heart, a star. Oh, they look yummy, don't they? A bulb, a car, a house. All right, we'll come back to that. I want to come out and look at chat while I have my phone in my hand. And I'll catch up with you guys on chat. Skip the ad. Get rid of the... Get rid of that if I can. Hi, Elise. There we go. Whoops. See? All of that. There. I can't read chat with all that. Half of my screen is taken up. Can't read chat. Good morning, Elise. Looks great. Thank you, Elise. Thank you, Arlene. Jen is here. Carol says, thank you for the reminder, Becky. I love photos of the moon. Becky says, yesterday evening, the most beautiful full moon was up in the daylight. It almost glowed. It was so pretty. Oh, Arlene was telling that to Becky. Aw. Becky said, make sure my fancy camera is charged up. Becky said, oh, tonight is a rare supermoon. I hope it's clear so that she can witness us. Thank you for telling us that, Becky. I'm going to check too. Let's check the weather and see what the weather in Harvard is going to be. Said 10 degrees and cloudy for today. 5 p.m. 6. It starts getting sunset is at 5:05. Well, here it's not showing the moon faces as being a full moon here, a super moon. Here it's showing the moon as being a crescent type moon at 10 p.m., 9 p.m. So we must not get it. That's still sun here. I'm going to Google supermoon. No, I'll do that later. How come Becky gets a full moon and maybe they're just off? Weather.com. I'll probably have to go back to my gingerbread. 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m. I don't see. It doesn't show full moons for us tonight. Well, maybe at 3. No, that's sun. 6 p.m.s. Yeah. See, it's showing crescent moons. What that is. Partly cloudy at 9 p.m. Maybe that's the clouds. Let me, since I'm out of it, let me get out of this weather stuff. Let me come do a new tab. Supermoon. Super moon, Harvard, M-E, go. It says here the last supermoon of 2025 occurred on December 4th, visible from Harvard. Harvest moon supermoon. The harvest supermoon tonight, October 7th. Well, let's see. December the... Oh, this is December 4th, wasn't it? On December 4th. So, 2025, that's it. That's it. That's what Becky's talking about. It's December 4th today. Visible from Harvard, Nebraska as the cold moon. Supermoons happen a few times a year when the moon coincides with the moons. The next supermoon will be in 26. The supermoon reached its peak illumination on December 4th. Well, this is December 4th. It says at 6:14 p.m., but they're saying it's 25. This is 25. They're saying it's in the past tense and it hasn't happened yet. To see the best view, look for the moon rising in the east at sunset in an open area with minimal pollution. Now they're saying November 4th here. But this says December 4th, 2025, visible from Harvard as the cold moon. And there it is there. Huh. Let me go back to chat. Actually, let me get back into my gingerbread. It's not saving my pages here. What is it? AI is going back to the older. I must have messed something up. Let me go to Gingerbread Ornaments. I got out of it. I'm going to have to get out of chat. It's bothering me. Gingerbread. Ornament. So. And go to images. So I'm back to where I was. All right, now let me come back into chat. It could have been at midnight last night. No, it said it starts tonight. December 4th starts at midnight. Oh. Becky's going out the door to mail her package. She did a beautiful, beautiful angel. Now, I think it's going to happen tonight. I think you were right in the first time. I think I'm going to have to put some better glue on this. But it's okay for now. Carol says, welcome to the Fib Diggity Creators. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Carol dropped she bought some memberships the other day. Thank you so much for doing that, Carol. That was so sweet of you to do. Hi, Tina. Welcome in, Tina. Hi, Karen K. Welcome in. Sylvia's here. Yep, the cold moon, Sylvia says. I think it's going to happen tonight. Becky went to mail her angel. She's making for a friend to cheer. It was a crocheted angel, I believe. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And she made a box for it. And I'm going, Becky, did you make that box? I mean, that box looks like I could have gone to a store, a retail store, and purchased this. It's perfect. I can't make perfect stuff. Becky does things perfectly. Tina says, good morning, Tina and Karen. Good morning, Karen, Tina. Karen says, good morning. Arlene says, thank you, Tina. Oh, look, Tina. Did Tina do that? Tina bought some memberships, 5 of them. Thank you. Tina and Carol, bless your heart. Thank you so much. Bless your heart. Create and Relate received a gift membership from Tina. Milzak, 9762. Hot Damn Elaine. Diablo Girl and Lynette P. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, whenever memberships are purchased or whenever I purchase them, and I'm going to go purchase some more today, because when you guys purchase, I feel like I have to. So we're just going to, and I'm going to have to get busy and do something in the membership area for the new members and welcome them in and do a little Christmas something or other. But if you get gifted a membership area, it lasts for a month, and then they'll ask you if you want to continue it. You have to opt in to receive it, and they'll show you instructions on how to do that when you click on it. One of these people clicks on it. They'll tell you need to opt in. I'm pretty sure that they will, to receive memberships. Otherwise, you won't get it. But once you opt in and you're in the area, you should get a tag up at the top that says memberships. And if you have more than one membership, you're familiar with it. But if this is the first time you've done a membership or even was gifted one, look on your top menu and look for a tab that says memberships. And that should show you where the Fib Diggity creators are. And you will be in the second room. I only have 2 rooms. The second room is the most expensive of the 2 rooms. It's $1.99 a month. The other room is $99 a month. The only difference between the 2 rooms is I do live streams in the second room. But everybody I might do more shout outs in the second room. But everybody that's in the second room will get everything that's in the first room. It tiers up. If I had a third room, the third room would get everything in the prior 2 rooms. The other thing I want to say is I know that not everybody can afford a membership, another membership, in order to, in addition to all their other bills that they have to pay. Do not feel bad if you cannot keep it going. I'm doing this for fun. I'm not doing this to earn a lot of money. My 2 membership rooms are the lowest amounts that I could make them. So I'm just doing this for fun. I got to get out of that before I knock somebody out of here. Thank you, Tina and Carol, for purchasing memberships. Let's go out. Let's do it again here. hit the $, membership gifting, and I'm going to do 5, which is $10, and I get a one-tap buy, so you don't see my credit card stuff. It just goes out, and it goes to my PayPal and process it. Payment successful, so I still have money in my bank account. And let's see who won the 5 that I gifted. If I can get there. Sharon Marlowe. Oh, bless her heart. Falling Star Tonight. Who else? Chip Chuck 9067. I don't get to pick. If I could pick, I would pick like Kitty Jen and Arlene and some of those gals that I know, you know, that can't afford even $1.99 a month. You know, they got bills to pay, and not everybody has a steady, ultra, income coming in. So, you know, it's. I just wish I had more control over it. Let's put it this way. So Just Jinxie received 1. Chip Chuck 9067. I don't know these people. Gary Wanamaker received 1. Sharon Marlowe I know. And Falling Star Tonight. I think I know that person too. So welcome in. New members, and you'll get you will get access to the second room, and you'll see the things that we've been doing this year. Right now we're working on zines, and we're calling them BER zines, BER, for September, October, November, December. And if you're like me, we're doing a zine a week, but if you're like me, you're still in October. And I'll probably be doing January, February, and March as BRR zines. BER. I'll be finishing these 4 probably. But I need to get out to my membership area, especially all these new members. So there's that. Now let's go back to the designing I'm going to put this page aside for a minute. And I want to go back to the gingerbread. And we want to do some gingerbread. I like this. So this is going to be my page. And this, I'm going to cut the gingerbread ornaments out of this. So I'm going to do some patterns here before I cut out. So let's just draw some. That's not a drawing pen. I'm not going to draw them on here right away. I'm going to draw them on my paper. But I kind of need to know how small. I'm just going to put a mark here and a mark here, so I have an idea of how they'll fit on here. So a gingerbread boy is, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to do a little gingerbread boy. And I'm going to cut them out of, I'm going to do several, so that's why I'm making them a little smaller. Now this is the girl. I'm kind of going off of that top picture there, right here. And she's got a little dress on. And so we'll put it like this. And then just simple. Maybe that might be a little too big of a foot. We'll make it smaller. We'll make this one smaller. Ignore all that black. When I cut it out, it won't be there. And then got to have some decoration on it. And she's got decoration up at the top. I don't have room for a top. She's got a little bow up here. And just 2 little dots for the eyes. Now, do I want to put some hair? Maybe I'll put a bow here. That kind of looks like a little girl. And then the little boy, I'm going to do him here, but he'll be, I'm going to make some hair here. She needs some hair. The little boy, I'm going to cut out, and then we'll put them together like this one is. So the little boy is going to be here. And he's got a cap on. We'll put a, and we'll just put dots for the eyes, give him a smile. His cap has a bow on here. But I think I'm going to put him in overalls. Might need to make him, is he about the same size? No. Let's put a little pocket up here. Little overall straps. And a little cookie. And then he's got little feet. And let's give him a pocket there and a pocket there. And we might put some stripes on it. This is just a pattern. This is not, this is just me. And he's got another little hand over there. Really, he should have a different kind of a hat than a stocking hat if he's got overalls on. But we'll cut those shapes out. This is just fun, for fun right here. Let's see. No, they had a star at the, no, they have a bell at the, let's do the star. A star. Pretty simple little star. Actually, it's a cookie. So it's a, let's make another one. It's a little fatter. A little more round. Something like that. Oh, this comes up a little bit more. And this got an intricate design. I'm not going to do all that. I'll just do little decorative things on there. Whatever. I'll come back to the star. I don't like that. Here's another one. That's a pretty star. I don't know if I can do that. Like that. Like that. It's got another one going this way. It's got 6 of them. And this way. Something like that. Something like that. And then it has the decoration in there. And then, again, this is just a sketchy sketch to get an idea what I want to do. And what else do they have here? They've got a bulb. They got a little house. Let's do the little house. And the house has white frosting roof here. It does have a, well, we're going to put a chimney on it. Consider this is cross-hatched in white frosting. Down this way, it's got a door and a window. And then over here, we're going to put another window. Maybe a round one there. Something like that. Let's see what else. Gingerbread boy. Got the ABCs. That's a very simple gingerbread boy. Maybe he's out a little bit further. He's got a white frosting border here. Consider this inner line to be white frosting. Something like that. And he's got 2 buttons. He's got eyes. I mean, my pen's too thick. I'll do that better. I'll cut them out on this side. Let's see. Here's a whole bunch of them. They've got a Santa Claus one. You could go on a baker. You could just make all sorts of them. Pretty ones. We didn't do the Christmas tree. Let's do a Christmas tree. And it just generally comes down something like that. And it has and then it has bulbs and such on it. Some trim. And right now I'm just getting the shapy shape. That's really kind of good enough. I think I'd like one larger gingerbread boy though. Let's draw a larger one. Uh-oh, he's gonna run into my something like that. I might cut him out a little larger. So let's cut these shapes out and see what I end up with. It's my smaller scissors. It's my stamp. I had them out this morning. Look at my little scissors here. Now ignore the decorations on these, because I'm going to decorate them differently on that paper. Alright, let's start with the Christmas tree. And this again, these are just patterns. These aren't the real deal. I'm going to make the real deal out of that paper. What time is it? 7:56. If I'm going to do the gingerbread, I better get a move on, because today is Thursday. Paint Girly comes on after me at 9. So I only got an hour. I might save these till tomorrow morning. And I got the list page to do, because I want to make the dough. I want to make the dough today. So, and this is going to take me some time to cut out and decorate. So I'm going to save all of these and cut them off stream, because I want to go make the dough. I want to go make the dough online this morning. And I brought all my ingredients in. Let me get these poinsettias off. And I got the December 4th page to do. We'll do that tomorrow too. And I want to work in my other holiday art journals. You just can't do everything. Can't do everything. Alright. I'll just set these aside. And and I have 100 icicles to tat. So, the dough recipe I have here in my notepad. Cinnamon ornament. I copied it down here. Same recipe. So, I have here, I already mixed some of it up. Here's the cinnamon. Here's the cup. And in this pan, let me get it out, hold on. Don't want to spill it. This is the pan. Hold on. Got some flour on my tummy. Just like if I were cooking. Let me squish this off into the wastebasket. Just if I were cooking. I'm going to have to put a different top on after. I needed an apron to make my cinnamon. He's running away and I haven't even made him yet. I tipped the pan. I just got about a spoonful on it. But what is in here, I mixed this up in the kitchen this morning. This is, we don't need the lid right away. This is 1.5 cups of flour. I haven't put the cinnamon in yet. A cup of salt. I did put a tablespoon of nutmeg in. So we're ready for the cup of cinnamon. And I've ordered the cinnamon off of Amazon during Prime Days. I haven't opened this yet, so give me a minute. So we need a cup of cinnamon. And these are all kitchen ingredients, so stirring it with my spoon isn't going to hurt it. It's like cooking. It's like cooking. And this is a cup measuring. I got 2 of these. I think they came as a 2 for whatever. Otherwise, I probably would have ordered one. There's probably about 4, maybe 5 cups of cinnamon in there. I'm going to add just a teeny bit more. All right. Let's get this off my desk. Smells good. Smells like cinnamon. Now, this is almost like a salt dough recipe. It's not the applesauce. You just need flour, cinnamon, nutmeg, salt, a cup of water, your cookie cutters, and your paper straw. You mix all the dry ingredients together, and that's what I'm doing right now. I've got all the dry ingredients in there. When you can't mix with the spoon and any longer, then knead it with the, you add in the water and mix with the spoon. I'm gonna kind of get this all mixed together here. These will not be dark cinnamon dough recipes. I made some cinnamon dough birds. I didn't put a bird on my pattern. I need to do a bird. Let's get some of this flour and salt mixed in here. It gets down at the bottom and on the sides here. I got water. It only takes a cup of water. Now, I think they put applesauce in it to make it more flexible. I don't know what adds to the flexible here, but it says, mix all the dry ingredients together. Add in the water and mix with a spoon. When you can't mix with the spoon any longer, knead the dough. Add more water if the dough is not holding together. It should have the consistency of Play-Doh. Flatten the dough into a 1/4 inch and press with the cookie cutters to create the shapes. Use a straw to cut out the small circle at the top. Well, I'm just going to use a paintbrush. And use it, let's see, for 30 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees. Let the dough cool down. Lace a ribbon through the hole. And they don't talk about decorating it, but I'll probably decorate it with my fine liner. Maybe I'll cook them after the stream and all right, I think we can put the water in. Let me get my phone out of the way. And I filled my little spritzer with water. That's about a cup. But we'll put a cup in, and if I need more, I've got the other. I might have a little more than a cup in here. There's a lot of water in there. It's supposed to have the consistency of Play-Doh. Well, I think I'm going to have more water, but we'll see. It's a little sticky even. All right, this is where you roll up your hands and roll up your sleeves. Don't roll your hands up, roll your sleeves up. Of course, I've got my hands all messy again. I might need just a couple drops more in here. It's got some dry. Don't want to put too much water in it because I don't have any more dry ingredients. That's all out in the kitchen. But it's still a little dry. Dry in here. I'm going to add just a little more. Now I probably have to put a wax paper down. To roll it out. I don't have a rolling pin, but I have a little dough roller. I think I do. over there. I might need just a teeny bit more water. It's still a little dry in here. Down here at the bottom. I'm trying to get it up. Whoops. Yeah, it's still a little dry. I don't want to add too much. Just add a little at a time. Till it has the right consistency. You don't want it too sticky. But you don't want it too dry either. And I suppose working with it kind of saps a little of the moisture. No, I think it could take a little more water. It's just not quite there yet for me, especially down here at the bottom. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Add it a little at a time. I think I can form it into a, let's get this one out of the way. I might need to work with this a little more. It's dry in there. So it's still floury. Made quite a bit of dough. Now these I'm actually gonna, I don't know if those might be small enough to put on my little tree, those patterns that I made, but I actually should have made some larger ones for the real tree. So I'll probably be doing another batch offline. I got 2 jars of cinnamon, plenty of salt, and well, might have to buy some more salt. We don't need a lot. Let's cut down on the salt, Meri. All right, this is looking good. And you can always add water if you need it. And then there's this one. So let's just take a hunk off. Now I'm going to put the lid on this. I don't know. Maybe I'll wrap that in. Let's, I don't want to spill my water, so I'm going to put the lid back on my water, get my phone off of the table. I don't have the saran wrap, but I have wax paper here. Let's wrap those up in wax paper and put the lid on the pan. And I'll work with this one. Might have to put a couple drops of water on it. Keep it a little bit moist. I might have to moisten it when I go to work with it again, but I should have brought some saran wrap in here. Now, where's that lid? And get this off my table. And of course I've already got a mess on my table, but I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of wax paper down. Now where's my little roller? Did I put it in here? I have the little roller thing. And of course I can't put my hands on it because what did I do with it? Well, I'll just use a paint bottle, I guess. Let's get this off my desk. Let's just grab a big paint bottle. I can't find my roller. I'll use this glossy orange. I'll flatten it out. It feels like I still need a little bit of water. Maybe I'll squirt water on. Then you don't want them too thick, but you don't want them too thin either. And I'm going to make small ones for the little tree. Yeah. Get another piece of wax paper. Hold on. Let's see if I can flip that over. Now I should have cookie cutters. I don't know. I think I put all the cookie cutters in a box someplace. Might have to go to town and buy some cookie cutters. But I can do my own design. Lifted some off there, but that's okay. It's off of the edge. Feels nice and moist. I don't need any more water on it. Let me grab a paintbrush here and let's draw. Let's do something simple. Let's do a star. Need a cookie cutter. I need my knife maybe. And my spatula. My knife. There's my spatula. I think I put my spatula in the water. He needs to be cleaned off. Yeah, he's really on there. He's really got gunk on it. I don't know what I use this for, tissue paper or something. I need a bigger spatula. All right, let's see if I can do this better. This star might not be the best, but we're just going at it here. I can't pull that out. And my dough may not be perfectly even. See if I can't do this a little better. He won't be a perfect star, but he'll be my star, my first star. I think I cut my wax paper. That's okay. He's got a long leg. I'm going to leave it as a long leg. Now I'm going to reshape that. And let's get him off and I'm going to tear this. Put it this way. We'll do this again. I can't get him off of there. I like the long leg. Yeah, he's not perfect. There. The long leg came off. He's not perfect. Now I don't have a cookie sheet out, so I'm just going to set him aside. And you need to poke a hole in him. Let's put the hole right in there. He's not perfect. But I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking to get some little fun. I'm looking for fun. So we're just going to set him aside. And I'll put him on a cookie sheet later. Let's do another one here. Let's just do a little piece. What's that? Says wreath. And I don't know if I want to do all of this. I guess I will. I can't get it a little shapier before I roll it out. Now I'm going to have to clean my desk. It feels like Play-Doh now. It really does. It's starting to blend together. Let's get another sheet of wax paper. It might need a little more water in it. we'll do the little gingerbread boy. So it's flour, salt, cinnamon, nutmeg. I think that's all we put in it, was flour, salt, cinnamon, nutmeg. Maybe I'll make him a little bigger and hang him on the other tree, the big tree. I want to do a bird too. What time is it? 8:24, we got time. There's a little flatter in here. In there. It's flat on the ends. I don't have my pattern out, so I'm just going to kind of shape him out, and then I'll try to cut him. I need a cookie cutter is what I need, but I don't have cookie cutters. So he isn't going to be perfect. He's going to be kind of crumbly where I'm shaping him out. But that's okay. I'm not looking for perfection. A bit shorter hand there. Can you guys see him? Yeah, you can see him. Yeah. All right, let's see if I can. Smooth him out a little along the edges, maybe with some water. Get some Q-tip. He's going to be thicker, so when I cook these, I'm going to have to kind of watch that star versus the, it'll be done before the gingerbread boy is, because I have different thickness. I might cook them one at a time for a half an hour. I'll see if my bird is this thick. I kind of like them thicker. Oh, his foot should be going the other way. Well, I got his feet going this way, so there you go. They're supposed to be homemade, so they aren't supposed to be perfect. So I fit the mold. I fit the mold of imperfection. But I think the more I do, the better I'll get at it. I'm just figuring out how to do it without applesauce and without cookie cutters. I'm in my own light. I can't see where I'm going. Now I'm going to take some water and a Q-tip and kind of try to smooth out the edges here. He looks better on this side. I got a Q-tip here. Let's spray some water on here. He needs help on this side. This might become the back side. Maybe if I draw with a needle instead of the paintbrush, get that big needle and draw with it. It won't be quite so rough. Just kind of needs a little help here. Yeah, let me cut this off. There's my scissors. I want to get that in my cinnamon and throw it in the wastebasket. This will probably be the back because it's kind of rough. I'm going to draw with the needle on them. I'm going to do a bird. All right, let's turn him over again. He needs a little mending right in there. I cut just a little bit too far with my knife. All right, we're going to call him good with the, put the hole in there. He's kind of heavy, but we're going to, I'm going to leave him on this piece. Well, we'll see how he cooks up. He's probably about, I would say 3/8, maybe even not quite a half of an inch thick. He's thicker than the star. I want to do a bird. I might have to squish a little bit of water on this because it's drying out on me. Another piece of wax paper. Let's put it on this. I don't want them that thick. So I'm not getting these. I know you can put 2 sticks down and roll your dough out between 2 sticks. I haven't done that. Get the crumbs off of here. Relatively flat. Now that other dough I have in my pan, I won't have time to do anything with it this morning, but what I'm going to do is I'll take it out in the kitchen and I'll wrap it up in saran wrap. I'll spritz some water on it and wrap it up in saran wrap. And we might work with this a little more tomorrow. I want to do the rest of my page tomorrow. So I'm going to cut out I might just cut out all my ornaments offline. My little paper ornaments that I'm going to do on the other side of the page. And I'll decorate them tomorrow. And put them on my page tomorrow. Get it a little bit thinner. Now the bird Where's my pen? Well, while I look for things, the birds are typically tall That looks something like a bird, doesn't it? Maybe I could make him a little fatter, make his wing a little. So let's cut this out. He's not going to be perfect, but I'm not looking for perfection. And we'll see how these bake up. I've never used this recipe before, so all right, that fits. I want it to be a little bit stronger on the tail. Get some of that dough down here. All right. I'm going to take this off. And we're going to use a needle to mark it. I think I'm going to put the tail over here because this is a little thicker. Do it this way. It's really thicker in there in the tummy area, but it's stronger here. No, it's stronger there. Do it here. And Penelope, she says, ah, you're gonna mess up my needle. I am. I'll clean it before I give it back to you. I think this is working better than the paintbrush. I'm not saying that it's perfect. But I don't have a cookie cutter. I'm going to make that feather flare out just a little bit more. I'll go back to the knife on this. dokie. There's my bird. I'm kind of liking it. I think the needle did a better job. I'm going to save my bird pattern because I might make another one. I can't make one today. It's 8:45. Let's take my Q-tip and kind of smooth out the edges. I'll take and put this in the pan. I'll probably have to add some water to it, but I'll take it out in the kitchen and spritz them with water and put saran wrap around them. Smooth out the edges a little. I like my bird. I usually don't do very good birds. His head is kind of flat up there, but let's turn him over. I think I like him better on this side. He's got a big beak, but we're going to leave it because I'll have to get in there with a stream of paint. And I guess I might need to have to clean out a fine liner because that's what I'm going to use to decorate them with. This is a fine liner. I'm just going to do white. All right, we need a, I don't know what I did with my needle. There it is. Put the needle on that white. Just get rid of the paper. We need to put a hole in it. I think I'll put the hole in with the needle. We could put the hole here and let him hang, but we're going to let him hang by his head. Turn him over and kind of looks like his eye, doesn't it? The thread's going to go in there. Maybe I'll put a bead or something over the thread. Alrighty. I think I'm happy with him. Now I could take my needle and do some lines down in here for the feathers. And shall we give him a wing or a body? That's all I'm going to do to his beak. He's got a pretty big beak, but I'm going to leave it on there. Oh, you're seeing my head. Sorry about that. So I did the bird. Let's get him out. We did the little cinnamon and he's starting to dry out already along the edges. We did the little, and he's pretty thick. I rolled this one out thinner. So when I cook these, I'm going to have to probably pull this one. And we did my first one was a star, and it's already drying out. And I think maybe what I need to do is put a book on top of the... Did I lose something here? No, I think that was just a scrap. I'm going to put a book on top of these so they don't curl up. This star was starting to curl. I need to put them on the pan and maybe put another pan on top of them or something to keep them flat. And that was just out of that little bit of that I took out. Let's clean Penelope's needle. I said I'd clean it before I gave it back to her. Don't put a dirty needle in my body. There are laws against that. All right, there you go. It's clean as a whistle. What whistle did you use? And I have to clean my desk, but I'm just going to leave these out while I'm talking to chat here. And then when the stream is over, I'm ending at 9. I've got a few minutes yet. I'm going to save this pattern because I like it. I don't know about the other patterns. I'm going to cut the other patterns out and get me some more Q-tips. And this I'm using as a roller, so I'm going to leave it out. Put my knife. Might need to clean that blade off a little. Hold on a sec. Leave my knife out. Oops. I popped some of the crud under here. I don't want to lift my ornaments up again until I take them out in the kitchen. My hands are dry. I'm going to bring some hand cream in here. Not right now, but... So we'll see how these bake up, and we'll decorate them tomorrow. I'm hoping that the holes are big enough. My scissors. So this morning what I did was do the recipe page, and I need to cut out we drew my little ornaments here that are going to go. These are for the other side of the page. I might use them as, but I might draw other ones. These I'm going to cut out on colored paper and decorate them up for the other side of the recipe page. They're not necessarily for these. Let me clean my hands. Oh, I'm still getting things ready to decorate my little tree with. I got all the strings and the bulbs, but I don't want to put the bulbs on until I put the get all the icicles made. So I'm going to be making icicles today because I need 100 of them. I got 7. Oh, they take me about 10 minutes to make, approximately, when I'm not live. They don't take very long to make, but all right, 10 minutes to make an icicle, and I need 100, so 100 minutes would be an hour. Well, count 2 hours if you work at it steady, but I don't work at it steady because I get tired. All right, let me come out and chat and say goodbye. My phone out here. Paint Girly comes on next. For once, I'll be off by the time she gets on. I usually run over my time. I feel so bad. Let me get into YouTube here. Hold on, I'm coming. YouTube. If you go on the post tab, you will see the recipe. We did post the recipe for this cinnamon dough. It's kind of salt dough, flour, salt, and cinnamon. So it's not cinnamon and applesauce. I did make some with cinnamon and applesauce. I didn't know, what did I use? I forget what I used. I never used applesauce to make them. The applesauce is supposed to add the moisture to them. But these are like salt dough ornaments, only with cinnamon in there. All right, let me get up to chat here. Hold on. Me and my live stream. And get rid of the ad. When it says skip, I skip the ad. Come into chat. I need to get rid of all of this if I can. I hate all that stuff at the top because I can't. I only see one message out there, and it's the welcome. Oh, I see Jersey says thank you. Hi, Jersey. Let me get rid of this. There we go. So Arlene dropped a link to Paint Girlish channel. Thank you, Arlene. I appreciate that. Thank you, Carol. Thank you for taking care of my stream yesterday. I did appreciate that. And you guys, Christmas is coming. So is there a video for the icicles? Kimchi, if you look on the post tab, I post a link to, I found the page on Google. So that page will take you to her stream. I mean, not to her stream, to her recipe. I don't know if she made a video for it. I did not get this off of YouTube. She has a blog, I think, for kids, so I don't know if there's a video associated with it. It's a kid's recipe. But welcome in, Kimchi 9697. It's good to see you. Yeah, the recipe is out there. And all it is a cup and a half of flour, a cup of salt, a cup of cinnamon, and a tablespoon of nutmeg. And you mix all that together, all the dry ingredients, and then you add a cup of water. Now, she said in the recipe to have extra water, and I found that I did need to add extra water to mine. It should end up like a consistency like Play-Doh. And so I did add water to mine. Now I got another ad here. Hi, Joyce. Welcome in. Arlene says, if I tried to freehand like Meri did, mine would be all kinds of demented looking. Well, mine's not perfect, Arlene. You look at these. You know, they're just little. Look at, that's not perfect. I got 1 foot too big there. Talk about demented. That star has the measles. The tree is not too bad. I cut out the tree. This one's not too bad. This one, talk about demented. And my little, well, I'm going to make one with overalls. He's wearing overalls, but I think I'm going to put a farmer's cap on him instead of that's supposed to be a stocking cap. So don't worry that they're not perfect. And if you can't freehand, you know, there's nothing wrong with going and finding something and tracing it. Or even finding, I'm sure there are probably pattern pages out on Pinterest, or, you know, I just looked at some photos, but I'm sure there are patterns probably out there that you could print off and cut out. So, let's see, I have to giggle at Arlene. Becky says, hi, Joyce. Becky is back. Becky, you already mailed your package? Arlene says, maybe it wasn't supposed to have an eye. The others weren't defined either. What are we talking? I've got eyes on them. Well, are you talking about the bird, maybe? The bird is, the string's going to go through there, but I might put a bead on top of the string. She could hang it through the eyeball. Yeah. I am. I'm going to hang it through the eyeball, and then I'll probably put a bead or something on top of the thread to make it look like it has an eye. Hold a hang by, yeah. Becky said, my cactus had two, but my cat bit one off. The bird looks great. Thank you, Arlene. But most of the cacti will drop their buds if they get too wet or too cold. I didn't know that. Arlene, what makes a Christmas cactus drops its buds? And Arlene said if it gets too wet or too cold. So there you go. Hi, Light Star. Welcome in. Welcome in, Light Star. I see you out there. Arlene dropped on, and it's 9:01, so I better sign off because Paint Girlie's coming on. So thank you guys for joining me, and we will work more on the ornaments, and the page, the recipe page is up here someplace. Here's the recipe page. I might take one of these ornaments and put on here for my thumbnail. So have a great day, everybody. This is Thursday. What I know for sure is Beth Schuler comes on at 6 and Paint Girlie comes on after me at 6 Eastern. I will be on tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.